hello, 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 hello. It is Sunday, October 3rd, and it's 11:11. If you're in the east, then that's the way it is. If you're in the west, it is 8:11. There it is. And I'm here and you're here, Mom's here and everyone's good. So who's here now? I see. I don't see. I'm just singing a song, looking over at the dogs, and having a real good time. Yes, I'm having a real good time. My name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. I am here every day, 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week. That's right. That's right. What? You do this every day? I do it every day. I do it every night. And there's Lily and Pearl. And there's Benny. Benny. Benny and the Jets. Hi, Benny and the Jets. Are you Benny and the Jets? And are you Lily and Pearl? Go on, Lily, get up there. They got the quilt going on and velvet blankets and they're quite cute. I'll have to do a little. They just totally posed. Well, yeah. They're very cute together. They were together today. John DeFazio. Who's here? Mama Grace, William D, Carol, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Julie Luce, she's dancing. Dancing, dancing, dancing. She's a dancing machine. Oh, baby. Hi, Patty. What's up, girl? I loved this morning. If you were able to see Alex Martinez today, we had a blast because he's doing this TikTok. And if you watch, I'm not going to give it spoiler. I'm not going to spoil it. But he was on, he's just such a good guy. And he's a very powerful person. And I just love him. Carol and William and Patty and Julie and Mama Grace and Rob Morocco. Patty, I think that's a good crew, William D. That's a good crew. It's so strange not having, there's a stereo system over here it's not Rob Morocco like, but they've got quite a jukebox going on. John DeFazio, hello. How are you? Tonight is Poetry Glam. If you feel like jumping on and reading some poetry, I would love that. Hello from the sacred mountain. Hello from Petaluma. Melanie Demore. Oh, it's my cousin's birthday. I have to wish him a happy birthday really fast. He's in New Mexico, born and raised. Mikey Wright. Where is it? Do 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 do. Is that his number though? Happy birthday. What are you girls doing? I gave him these nice treats. But I'm just doing a quick, it's Mikey Wright, my cousin. It's his birthday today. Tonight, right now. Also, Mike Clark's birthday is today. It's a Mike birthday day. Imagine that. Imagine all the people. So yes, it's beautiful. Snow on the mountains, gold in the trees. There's snow on the mountains and gold in the trees. And I'm looking over at these two beauties. They're so cute. They're just chomping away. Hello, Melanie. Thanks for jumping on. Well, so yeah, Alex today was awesome. Gary Lambert last night, so much fun with going through this pile of books right in front of me, these Grateful Dead books. And I always learn something new. Especially when you have two librarians and someone that knows a lot about a lot of things and the same, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Awesome. Thanks. The what? Good for you. My cousin. Miss you. Process is cool, but don't leave me yet. Anyway, that's because there's 10 of you here right now. Oh, there were 10. Now there's only 8. Well, I'm ready. Anybody wants to jump on? I have a poem that I could read. What's going on, Lil? Is that good? I have these biscuit things. They're loving these biscuits. So I have did I just stop? No. Okay. It's kind of bright, isn't it? Should I turn down the light? Can't control my lighting here like I can at home because it's not a touch of a button. But I read something today really interesting, and I'm going to bring it on up. Okay. And basically, I don't know. Do I know who wrote it? I do not know who wrote it. Somebody may know who wrote it, but it's there is no reality, only perception. That's where I'm going to start. That's not the poem, but that is just what the post was about this poem. It's a little bit long. Today was the absolute worst day ever, and don't try to convince me that there's nothing. Wait, I'm gonna start over. Today was the absolute worst day ever, and don't try to convince me that there's something good in every day. Because when you take a closer look, this world is a pretty evil place. Even if some goodness does shine through once in a while, satisfaction and happiness don't last. And it's not true that it's all in the mind and heart, because true happiness can be obtained only if one's surroundings are good. It's not true that good exists. I'm sure you can agree that the reality creates my attitude. It's all beyond my control. And you'll never in a million years hear me say, today was a good day. So I just read it from the top to the bottom. Now I'm going to read it from the bottom to the top. Today was a good day. And you'll never in a million years hear me say that. It's all beyond my control. My attitude creates the reality. I'm sure you can agree that it's not true that good exists. Only if one's surroundings are good, true happiness can be obtained. Because it's all in the mind and heart. And it's not true that satisfaction and happiness don't last. Some goodness does shine through once in a while, even if the world is a pretty evil place. Because when you take a closer look, there's something good in every day. And don't try to convince me that today was the absolute worst day ever. Top to bottom, bottom to top. Isn't that cool? I think it's really cool. I enjoyed that when I saw that. But, oh, some other people are watching. Oh, somebody's giving me a heart. Yay, I got a heart. I'm going to give myself a standing ovation. Do you mind? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was Sean Colvin. Yeah, I liked it. I'll post that. Wasn't that great? When you read it, when you see it, you're reading it, and then at the bottom it says, read it from the bottom to the top. And I did. I love that. Thanks. Well, I'm glad I made the list, period. And speaking of making the list, Morocco. There he is. What's happening, Mr. Rocco?
Good. Staying good. Tired, my arms, I can't hardly move them for all the leaves I raked today.
So
It's
all the
hundreds.
leaves have fallen, huh?
No, we're probably about half down, but I have enough trees that my yard traps them. And I have rocks, like tons of limestone. So I would just say, leave them on the stones. But after about a year or two, you get all this nice topsoil because they compost. So I end up having to take them off the lawn. I keep some for the bugs and the critters in certain areas, but to protect them over a really cold winter. But the rest, yeah, probably about 6 hours just raking leaves today. And then we bring them to a compost place that the city of Edmonton has. So, but yeah, of course. So,
So do you rake? You don't, do you use a blower?
well, I have a blower to blow them out of the rocks and patios and decks and everything. And then I use a rake to pile them up. I have all these mulchers but all it is like a dust storm of the century. It's like I'm in Kansas or something. But so I just rake them into bags, push them down, and then we bring them to a compost thing. But at least I like those contractor bags, maybe 100, 150. So yeah, you could fill a semi-trailer truck, a big rig just with my leaves. So
Wow.
it was a stupid idea 30 years ago to plant thousands of trees with leaves. So, but anyway,
Yeah, like you could have put a couple pine trees out there, maybe.
well, we have probably about 10, 15 spruce trees and some pine trees growing. So I'm replacing them slowly the squirrels are happy with the pine trees. So,
Oh, the Bears won, yeah, but the Giants won today.
but,
So
at least I'm sure Gary Lambert was happy that the Blue Jays died on the vine, so they're out, which
oh,
is okay. Even though they're a Canadian team, I'm like, nah, American is still America's baseball teams. Like Blue Jays, they're a little conceited in Toronto. Hopefully, nobody's on the show from Toronto, but anyway.
I like Toronto though. Toronto's cool.
Oh, it's pretty cool. It's
Cool.
cool, but center of the universe. But I'm gonna go quick. I'll come on, so I'll leave. I know Bill's
Yeah,
probably got
there's
some.
just so many people here. Hey, Dave Love. We got people. Let me just see. Illinois, Indiana, California, New Mexico, Texas, Michigan. Can you hear the snoring?
No, not me.
Can't hear the snoring.
Let
No.
me turn it up. I
You-
can hear that.
That's Benny.
It's
Benny's,
snoring, right?
Benny's a little girl snorer. Yes, you can hear her snoring. She
Yeah,
just
I could.
she ate dinner and she whoosh, fell asleep.
Yeah.
So, are you going to read a poem that Carol
I
wrote?
no. Um, she has a collection of poems for so through the year she collects these poems that she likes. They have to have meaning. I'm like the Second City ridiculous funny type of poems. Those are the only ones I remember. But she gets ones that are important to her, and then she just collects them in one of her iPads. And so she has one. And based on one that you had just read, the backwards poem, where you can read it differently, I'll read you one that it's not meant for me to pass judgment on anyone, but it does have a kind of an interesting thing for Canada. But I'll read her. They're simple poems and quick. So this one, and again, I can't do it in Leonard Cohen, perfect voice. So you're getting it from Rob the mumbling guy kind of scenario. So this the first
Ladies
one
and gentlemen, Rob Mumbling Morocco.
that's it, mumbles, yeah. Anyway, so may we raise children who love the unloved things, the dandelion, the worms, and the spiderlings, children who sense the rose needs the thorn and run into rain-swept days the same way they turn toward the sun. And when they've grown and someone has to speak for those who have no voice, may they draw upon that wilder bond those days of tending tender things and be the ones. So.
Oh, hold on. I love that she collects them and she keeps them because they, they're there for a reason. She at some point in her life, I like that poem, and she has, like,
Yeah.
my mom, Grace, has a collection of poems.
Yeah, she's
I didn't know that. I knew she kept some, but every week she's like, "Oh, I found another poem. Oh, and then she's got this whole file of poems."
that's it. So, and one that cat, like you say, it is slightly politically charged, but it's not political for your show, political. But so this one is, and I found it interesting. It's called Refugees, and I'm trying to read it off a little screen here. They have no need of our help, so do not tell me these haggard faces to belong to you or me. Should life have dealt a different hand, we need to see them for who they really are, chancers and scroungers, layabouts, loungers with bombs up their sleeves, cutthroats and thieves. They are not welcome here. We should make them go back where they came from. They cannot share our food, share our homes, share our countries. Instead, let us build a wall to keep them out. It's not okay to say these people are just like us. A place should only belong to those who are born there. Do not be stupid to think that the world can be looked at another way. So now I'll do the reverse of it. And then I'll tell you what this is kind of about in respect to Canada. The world can be looked at another way. Do not be so stupid to think that a place should only belong to those who are born there. These are people just like us. It's not okay to say, build a wall to keep them out. Instead, let us share our countries, share our homes, share our food. They cannot go back to where they came from. We should make them welcome here. They are not cutthroat and thieves with bombs up their sleeves, layabouts or loungers, chancers or scroungers. We need to see them for who they really are. Should life have dealt a different hand, those haggard faces could belong to you or me. So do not tell me they have no need of our help.
Amen. So that's really interesting that we both chose those types of poems.
Carol chose this poem before the show came on. So it's not that we went, oh, I've got a reverse one. No, she had this one. She just came back from the horse farm pretty dirtied up and stuff, and it's just came late, so she doesn't get on camera on the best of days, so she won't get on camera today. So this was tied into the reflection for her on this poem, and it's kind of, well, you can't read it, but it's the reverse special is, a couple of years ago when the Syrians were coming across, Prime Minister Trudeau opened his, hands and immediately took everybody and anybody that was available to Canada. So we did have a voice that was pretty strong and said, no, do not bring these guys here. They're going to bomb. They're going to do this. And that never happened. So as a matter of fact, even in our neighborhood, there's a few Syrian people that came over with nothing that are suddenly have little roasting nut shops and contributing quite well and have started and started employing people and hiring people. So it was a good thing for sure. So and they're all proud of Canada as their country, right? So that's what it's about.
Here's another applause for Canada. The rowdy crowd. Oh, Canada. What are you doing, Lillian Pearl? What are you doing? What are you doing, Pearl?
And if they don't like Canada, I can't remember what show it's always where they let's blame Canada kind of thing. So there's a few movies from a year back, about 5-10 years ago. It was like blame Canada. But
and then when I've done workshops with people, and I was in Vermont and did one 2 years ago, and half the people were from Canada, and that was kind of the joke after a while. It's like, oh, but everything's better in Canada. It's all better in Canada. Well, in Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
How's the painting going?
Oh, it's really good. I think it's outstanding. Her niece had saw the portion she painted and just, just fell in love with it immediately. Like all the cloth textures of the hat. Carol blocked in some more areas, and she goes like, "Don't show it till I finish blocked in." So next Fridays maybe we can show. Then I'm like, "Hey, let's show it by the minute." But Carol's more protective of
That would be a
uh,
neat one of those those filming things where they take a screen a day type of thing or a screen.
That's yeah. Been to me, I probably would run out of hard drive space because it takes her a long time. Like part about this big, that's part of a hat. She's been on it for I don't know 4 weeks, 3 4 weeks. So and then it's still that 4 by 6 kind of painting, or sorry 3 by 4 painting. So it's still a pretty big painting. But
Wow. Well, thank you. Yeah, total work in progress.
no
Life,
problem.
it's just part of your life.
So, hey, crank up that stereo there behind. No, just kidding.
Oh, I know. There's a lot going on back there because then there's a bunch of stuff under there. But there are books and books and I knew there was poetry, but when I saw that poem that Mare posted, I went, I have to read that poem. It just,
That's pretty cool. Like I
yeah.
say, in all honesty, like yeah, Carol sent this. When she said poetry night, and she says, "I have this poem," and it was like a half an hour before your show, kind of thing. So,
I
like
was
mine's, eh?
the commercial tonight and I couldn't find it. The one that you made.
Oh, I've got so many prepped and ready, but I got to get time from you so I can say, okay, should we do this? Because I don't want to run them without you seeing
Oh
them.
yeah, just run it.
Oh, you want me to? All right.
Or I can or I could what we could do? We could also um maybe Wednesday night you could show them.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that on here? Like we share the
Yep.
screen. You know how to do the video thing?
Yeah, because at my work, I'm constantly sharing screens with Zoom all day, every day, right? So,
I'm gonna call Grace right now. Do you want to listen to a poem with me online from Mama Grace?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, the minute that I'm off, we're listening anyway. You're in another room, so.
Um, no snoring going on now. They're both.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Mama. Do you want to lower your iPad?
Just a minute.
Okay, now I'm deaf.
I lowered it.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask. Anybody, I haven't seen it yet, but has anyone seen the Sopranos movie? Did you see it, Rob?
No, just the preview because you have to go to a theater, and it's really bad here, right, for COVID. So.
Oh, I thought you could see it. I think you can see it online here.
Oh, you can? I think it's at theaters here. I have to check.
Yeah, it's in theaters also. How's it going, Gracie?
Good, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear. Can you guys hear Grace?
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready for me?
I'm ready for you. Are you ready?
I don't know where this came from. I think Jenny Bentram did it.
Oh.
But anyway, it's kind of a neat thing. It starts out with maybe God wants us to meet a few wrong people before meeting the right one, so that when we finally meet the right person, we will know how to be grateful for that gift. When the door of happiness closes, another opens. But oftentimes we look so long at the closed door that we don't see the one which has been opened for us. The best kind of friend is the kind you can sit on a porch and swing with. Never say a word, and then walk away feeling like it was the best conversation you ever had. It's true that we don't know what we've got until we lose it, but it is also true that we don't know where we've been missing until it arrives. What we've been missing until it arrives. Giving someone all your love is never an assurance that they'll love you back. Don't expect love in return. Just wait for it to grow in their heart. But if it doesn't, be content it grew in yours. It takes only a minute to get a crush on someone, an hour to like someone, in a day to love someone, but it takes a lifetime to forget someone. Don't go for looks, they can deceive. Don't go for wealth, even that can fade away. Go for someone who makes you smile, because it takes only a smile to make a dark day even bright. Find the one that makes your heart smile. There are moments in life when you miss someone so much that you just want to pick them up from your dreams and hug them for real. Dream what you want to dream. Go where you want to go. Be what you want to be, because you have only one life and one chance to do all the things you want to do. May you have enough happiness to make may you have enough happiness to make you sweet, enough to make you strong, enough to keep you human, and enough to hope to make you happy. Always put yourself in others' shoes. If you feel that it hurts you, it probably hurts the other person too. The happiest of people don't necessarily have the best of everything. They just make the most of everything that comes along their way. Happiness lies for those who cry, those who hurt, those who have searched, and those who have tried, for only they can appreciate the importance of people who have touched their lives. Love begins with a smile, grows with a kiss, and ends with a tear. The brightest future will always be based on a forgotten past. You can go on well in life until you let go of your past failures and heartaches. When you were born, you were crying, and everyone around you was smiling. Live your life so that when you die, you are the one who is smiling, and everyone else around you is crying.
Wow.
Great poem.
Cool, isn't it?
Wow. I've never heard that before.
Well,
I can hear
I've
that
had
snoring.
it in all my poems for a long time.
That's really beautiful, Mama.
Wow.
Can you lower your iPad?
Oh, you want me to lower it still? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you didn't get to hear your standing ovation, but you got a standing ovation.
I heard it. I heard it.
And Rob's here too.
I see him.
Right. There you are. And like your poem where it says, don't go for good looks, because this mug has broken so many hearts. You know, I'm just kidding.
Isn't that the truth?
Did you say that you've had your nose broken?
Yes. No, I was saying like where part of her poem had said, don't go for good looks. And I said, this mug has broken so many hearts, you know, but yeah, nose. Okay, I get it.
But you've had your nose broken, right?
3 times.
3 times.
Once wasn't enough. So hockey, baseball, and ski. So yeah, just.
What else have you broken?
I've broken my leg playing hockey. I've broken 2 fingers, fractured my skull, broken my arm in 2 places. It's gross, but I have a giant piece of bone that's still loose in my elbow. You probably can't see it, but it's all dry. From hockey again. Stitches.
That's not a nice face that I just did. You have a bone that you can feel in your elbow?
Well, yeah. Well, it's like not even a little lump of stuff. I got hit by a stick there, and either a piece came off and developed into a spur, but it's like thumb size, and you can move it around. It drives me nuts. So, yeah, you name it, and pretty well.
That's a show we should do.
Injuries?
Yeah. Like how they did in Jaws. Well, look at this scar, but they'd be like, well, this, my elbow and my... Grace, have you ever broken a bone?
I'm trying to think. Have I ever broken a bone? I think my little finger, my little right finger, when I was trying to learn how to ice skate, and it's still not straight, but I never did anything about it. So I guess that's the only thing I've ever broken.
Where were you ice skating?
In New Mexico at El Porvenir. But the minute I got on the skates, I fell and landed on my poor little finger, and that was the end of my learning how to ice skate.
That was the end of your Olympic career?
Yeah, it was, for sure. I thought, I don't know why these people think they're having so much fun. And then when they fall, they laugh. I didn't laugh. I think I cried.
Yeah.
I was young, real young.
Do you remember who you were with?
Big Ella.
You were with, oh, so Grace has a friend named Big Gala.
Gala.
Big Gala. Why do you have a friend named Big Gala?
When she was her name is Evangeline, but when she was a little girl, she used to tell her mom that she wanted to be a big girl, and I guess she would say Big Gala. So that's how I've always known her.
And she's not very big. She's like a little tiny lady, right?
She's a little tiny lady, huh?
But
she probably weighs 102 pounds.
But
unlike me.
But her name's Big Gala. Hey, Big Gala,
Yeah.
what's up? That's funny.
She's a nice gal.
Well, Mom, I never knew that about you. I learned something, and so did 9 other people learn something new about you tonight.
Am I learning how to ice skate?
Well, you're learning how to ice skate and that you broke your pinky.
Yeah, I did.
You know, and I will say, of all the bones that I broken, now the head trauma that I had was something else. I thought everybody should wear helmets. Like if I'm driving, I'm wearing a helmet. If I'm going to the store, a helmet. Because it took me a while even to walk again. So, and I was like, I'm never going to let anything hit my head again. But I've broken.
I hit my head. Every time I hit my head, I would like, oh. It's the worst. Yeah, we all should wear helmets. You're right.
And what was weird, I was just thinking about that last night because somehow this thing popped up about near death, but I had done a really high jump ski and I might have been 15 or 16 feet up, but it was iced up a little bit too much and I landed on my head from the top. And last night it popped up in my head because he was talking about near death and they were trying to resuscitate me and get me going. And I guess I was in convulsions. I was out and I was standing with my cousin. I was out watching myself saying, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I said, I'm dying. I can't breathe, Jim. And, of course he didn't see me, but that came up last night. So it's weird that we're talking about it now, but but the worst pain that I had was the little finger. I broke another one, but a pinky finger, I actually had to tape it up on a headboard at night because the pain was because all your nerve endings are here. Yeah, I actually took, it was like masking tape.
To a headboard.
Yeah, so like when you sleep at night, if I had it down level, it was so much pain with all the nerve endings that I had to get it above. And I remember like using masking tape to put it up because this thing was, I just like cut it off already. Like I couldn't believe how much pain it was. But it was just, the way.
Like when you have a hangnail,
Oh, it just, I couldn't believe the pain the stupid little finger had. I mean, I played hockey with a broken leg for 30 minutes. It's still in your skate. When I took it out was the pain. And that's what kind of, and then you had a little finger makes me just about cry. I might have even had a tear or two that night. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, this Thursday night is Scar and Tattoo night. And Dave Love's going to share his tramp stamp.
Oh my God. Dave, you have a tramp stamp?
Oh no. Oh no. These two dogs.
As long as he's not one of the guys that show with a small cut off t-shirt so the back is missing on his pants.
I don't have any tattoos.
I have none. 0.
I'm trying to think of a scar. Do you? I don't have any scars. I have one scar on my stomach, but I'm not going to show that.
Okay.
Do I have any other scars, Grace?
I don't think so. I'm still on the phone. Do you know that?
No, you are. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I knew that. I need to get you on Zoom. We need to get you up and running on Zoom one of these days.
Okay.
You need to get Carl on Zoom somehow.
Yeah. Carl
Is Carl going to read?
I'm waiting for Carl. He said skateboarding injuries can be really bad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you guys about that documentary I saw the other night on the skateboarder who was deaf? Oh, my goodness. Google skateboarder death. San Francisco.
Skateboarder.
This kid, he learned, he was born deaf, and they put that thing in his ears to help so he could get sound, and it made him go crazy, and he didn't like it, and he didn't want to learn how to lip read, and he wanted to learn how to sign, and his mom wanted him to be like the regular kids. And it's just this incredible story about this super cool kid. I watched it on the plane, so if you're flying Alaska Airlines at all, for sure you can see it there. William D, are you a skateboarder? Maybe.
Where are you flying to?
Me?
Rob.
Oh,
No, I'm not. For me, I haven't. I've actually had, I think, 4 or 5 flights in the last 4 or 6 weeks canceled because it's been so bad, right? But yeah, no, we're off the flying.
So they haven't flown, and you feel okay now after your
Oh yeah, for sure. Carol was really good. I just had a little bit of an off day. Now I had no effects really from the other 2, so I was getting a little nervous that I actually get anything out of it. So I was glad that I had a little bit of a hit on this one because it was telling me something was happening finally. So, and it's still, like I say, the numbers here are insane and crazy. The Army has been called in, and so we have Army nurses and people assisting at the hospitals as we speak. So all surgeries still canceled. We have 5 times the rates of people in Ontario, which has 5 times our population. So, you know, that was a mistake of just saying, let it be, 2 months ago, and this is exactly what's happening. So.
And you were telling me there are people that are saying goodbye to their families.
Absolutely. Doctors constantly, are trying. They're and people that have caught it. Many people that fought it. A lot of people that said, "Well, this is conspiracy, poison, whatever." And everybody has their own thing. But yeah, you can't believe how many are on the news. Just minutes before we have Canadian Broadcasting Corporation and CTV News. The first thing they led with was with patients that were, saying they wish they had taken it. So because this new variant is just going to town. So up here, so and it's a little different. It's colder here, so more people are indoors. But it's actually frightening how fast it's going in this province. So, but,
stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home and watch Carol paint.
That's it.
And rake leaves, I guess.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's why I'm doing everywhere. And I mean, I stopped at a place today, a restaurant. Carol didn't come back from the farm place, and I said, I'm just going to stop at this place, and it's a restaurant not too far from here. Excuse me. That I was bringing food home. And so, I mean, just to go into the takeout area, and the lady kind of knows me. She looked at my vaccine records, ID, triple checked everything carefully, put the disposable gloves on myself as well as soon as I entered the restaurant. And then I went to the area to go get the takeout, and then, I left, and I have N95 masks as well. So yeah, they're not fooling around, most people. So,
yeah.
Well,
I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, for sure.
And not to put you on pressure, but I'd like to see the videos or the commercials. Sure. The commercials, and if we want to do that Wednesday night, that would be cool.
Okay.
And, actually, I think do I have somebody on Thursday night? I might have somebody as a guest on Thursday night. I have to look, but I'll let you guys know.
Thursday night.
Oh, Dave Love just sent me I'll post it. That's funny. Another Dave Love. And your book is in the mail. Thank you. I'm just going to go like this. Thank you, Rob and Carol, for ordering the book.
Yeah, it'd be very cool to see this. Now, it may take a little longer because I think the U.S. Postal Service said they're switching to ground transportation to save money. It was on the news. You probably have more American news this way than you guys do, but I just saw it. It says the U.S. Postal Service was going to be stopping most of the packages and letters going by plane, and they were going to use ground transportation because the cost has increased so dramatically that it'll just take a little longer.
All
I
right.
thought,
Well, it said 14 days when I
okay,
when I when I dropped it off.
yeah, it's better than it was at Christmas time when we were sending stuff because that was the same.
6 weeks later.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, I hope it doesn't snow tonight. It's really
I
warm
hope
here.
not.
I was in San Francisco tonight at 6:30 and it was 85 degrees.
Oh,
Very strange to be in San Francisco and it be 85 degrees in October.
good Lord. That'll be next time we get close to the 70s will be 7 months from now. So we're counting down. But yeah, no, it's going to get cold. Carol and I'm going to take a couple of days off and head to Jasper, which is a national park, because the grizzly bears are trying to fatten up, and so it's pure wilderness there. But temperatures will be the highs are I think 30, 32 Fahrenheit. So it's only 160 miles from here. So yeah, it's
But
coming.
it's beautiful.
Oh my God. It's the way the national park was done in Canada at the turn of the century, and there was really Edmonton was like there was nothing really in Alberta back then, but is they decided the government that they were going to leave it exactly the way it was so that any future generation 200 years from now, if they want to see what it looked like 200 or 300 years ago, that's what it looks like.
How
There's
cool.
just yeah, tiny little town of Jasper. 1,000 developers have tried to add more hotels. They haven't added any hotels in decades. And it's outside of that, there's nothing. Like, nothing happens. So,
How very cool. Oh, I want to go there.
yeah. Looking at William's thing. Oh, Tony Bennett. Okay.
Oh, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga were on. She's so lucky. Just get to sing with Tony Bennett. But there was also a thing on Facebook tonight about Facebook on 60 Minutes that I didn't get to see, but I was listening to them talk about it on the news tonight.
Okay.
And the oil spill.
Yeah, no kidding. Orange County, right?
Just terrible. Just terrible. Like
Yeah.
environmental disaster. Right.
Yeah.
Like that.
We come from an abundance of oil here in Alberta, probably the third largest reserve in the world, massive amounts of oil. And I understand it's important for business here, but I'm always freaked about, when something goes wrong, right? So, especially you have an offshore oil platform that failed. That's why that spill happened. But yeah, not good.
I'm going to be driving tomorrow I'm going to drive an electric car for the first time.
A Tesla or?
Oh, it's called a Leaf.
Oh, Nissan. Okay, that's a pretty cool car. Yeah, I mean, electric. There's a car company here that I've been with forever. Like, I've always been a Porsche guy, for all my world, and it comes from when I was a little kid. It's nothing. It was about the racing side.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, it's about the racing side and stuff. So one of the guys had asked me to try an electric vehicle, and it was a Taycan, and it's quick, it's fast, it's quiet. And then when I came back, I said when I was a 5-year-old or 6-year-old, and I remember the little dinky toys that like little cars that people would play with. When I was a kid, I would make little dirt roads with my brother or whatever, and I would drive these little dinky toys and make, with my mouth, like the noises, right? And I said, I can't at my age now drive these cars and make the noises while I'm driving because there's no noise. But in California, it would be cool. Nissan Leaf is kind of neat. So.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'll do it. I'll
yeah, absolutely. You'll love it. The only thing is, as long as you don't have that mileage thing where people who have electric vehicles get that they're paranoid. Do I have enough left? Is there enough charge? Do I have enough to get to?
Totally charged right now, and I'm not going to go very far.
Oh, then yeah. I was thinking you might, if you go 60, 80 miles, people get that. Here it's different because when it ggets minus 40, you could start out with 300 or 250 miles, and then within 2 miles, it's like you have 100 miles left. Just the cold drops it down quite a bit. So
No, I'll be real quiet. Hi, Lily and Pearl. Are you so cute?
Anyway, I'll jump off. I was hoping William would come on with the sound effects for a few minutes, but that's not
I
happening.
was hoping William and Carl were gonna come on, but I guess it's just us three tonight, which is fine because then I can go walk the dogs outside before the skunk comes out.
Skunks are pretty cool.
I've been skunk bathing the last 3 days.
Skunk bathing?
The dog,
oh no,
he got skunked. So we've been.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold on for a second here. Hold on.
If it's William.
William D. Lindemann in the house.
I was hoping for side effects, like sound effects for a few minutes.
What's happening, William D?
Yeah, Rob, when you were talking about your injuries, I have a friend who wrote that book about homeless in Kalamazoo. He was a hockey player, and he remembers Gordie Howe's son was real mad at him when he was playing goalie, and he was hitting hockey pucks at his throat.
Oh.
And he didn't have a throat protector. And I'm thinking to myself, this has got to be the worst situation you could ever imagine. Because that's deadly. That could kill you.
It's growing up, it was old time hockey for me. So
yeah.
You had a little helmet. You didn't have even the padding wasn't there quite there. And you're you're hitting a frozen puck up to 100 miles an hour, depending who can hit it.
Yeah.
And the goalies didn't even wear masks in the late 70s. So they started finally because they got knocked out enough. But it's you're at 30 miles an hour, with a hockey stick that's like a razor blade. When you hit, you can get cut in a second. I mean, it's the best sport in the planet to play, as far as I'm concerned. I played them all. I've done them all.
Really?
Team sports, from soccer, Italian, of course, but whatever. But hockey is the most thrilling to play by a long shot for me. So.
Wow, that's powerful testimony.
Yep, absolutely. So
it's dangerous too.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, anybody who's played hockey long enough, they've got the war injuries, right? So
I just get cold even hearing about hockey. Like I'm cold right now just listening to you guys talk about hockey.
Yeah. See, you wouldn't have your teeth. You'd have like little stitch marks. Like my eyelids are the ones. My eyebrows got the little marks and stuff.
What?
But, what's that? Well, because you get sticks will hit you in the face and they cut. You just instantly cut and bleeding, right? Which is fine. I'll tell you one only thing, not to tell you how tough hockey players can be. NHL Oilers, they were playing in a playoff game against, I think it was Chicago, and one of the defensemen, Jason Smith, got hit by a puck in the face and a stick followed through. I was on the side of where the players go underneath to go to their to the dressing room. He walked off the ice 10 feet and had his mouth open. Teeth had come out, and the guy, the team, therapist, whatever, because that's what they need, was put in about 30 stitches in his mouth, and did everything he could to get it back to normal. And he played within 5 minutes. He was back on the next shift and continued.
Oh my God!
But that's how it's like a badge of courage, which is stupid. But yeah, they're the toughest. I mean, like me, like an idiot, I played with a broken, leg below just above the ankle for, 20 minutes. It hurt like hell.
Were you married when you did that?
What's that?
Were you married when this happened?
No, I actually hadn't met Carol yet. So I met her at 14. No, just kidding. We got married at 15. Our first kid. No. But yeah, this was just before. So I kind of tuned down the rough stuff after I met her. So.
And did you ride motorcycles before you met her?
No, you know what? I have ridden motorcycles for sure, but she actually told me that I can get a Harley anytime I want. My friends that have Harleys, are trying to convince me for 20 years to get it. But Carol says I just have to get my ear pierced and a tattoo, and I'm good to go. So I can't get my ear pierced. I don't have enough guts. I'll get a hockey puck in the face.
Because it would hurt too much after you had your face broken.
And then I cried when my daughter got it. I was like, we can't do this. So, and yeah, she's just home right now, and my dog's barking. But anyway, I'm going to jump off so I can watch William on the big screen.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Good night. Standing up. And Mama Grace is gone too. Hello there, William D.
Hi. I don't know if you wanted me to read anything.
Sure, read some poetry for us.
I have a couple more Robert Frost poems. His are so memorable that I just, I looked at him and I said, oh, I'd like to read those. Here's one called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stepping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. It has an unforgettable ending.
That's one of my favorite of all time.
Yeah. Here's another one, birches. When I see birches bend to left and right across the lines of straighter dark trees, I like to think some boy's been swinging them. But swinging doesn't bend them down to stay as the ice storms do. Often you must have seen them loaded with ice a sunny winter morning after a rain. They click upon themselves as the breeze rises and turn many-colored, as the stir cracks and crazes their enamel. Soon the sun's warmth makes them shed crystal shells, shattering and avalanching on the snow crust. Such heaps of broken glass to sweep away, you'd think the inner dome of heaven had fallen. They are dragged to the withered bracken by the load, and they seem not to break, though once they are bowed. For lo, so long, they never right themselves. You may see their trunks arching in the woods, years afterwards, trailing their leaves on the ground, like girls on hands and knees that throw their hair before them over their heads to dry in the sun. But I was going to say, when truth broke in, with all her matter of fact about the ice storm, I should prefer to have some local boy bend them as he went out and in to fetch the cows. Some boy too far from town to learn baseball, whose only play was when he found himself, summer or winter, and could play alone. One by one, he subdued his father's trees by riding them down over and over again until he took the stiffness out of them. And not one but hung limp. Not one was left for him to conquer. He learned all there was to learn about not launching out too soon and not carrying the tree away. Clear to the ground, clear to the ground. He always kept his poise. To the top branches, climbing carefully with the same pains you use to fill a cup up to the brim, and even above the brim. Then he flung outward, feet first with a swish, kicking his way down through the air to the ground. So was I once myself a swinger of birches, and so I dream of going back to be. That's when I'm weary of considerations, and life is too much like the pathless wood, where your face burns and tickles with the cobwebs broken across it, and one eye is weeping from a twig's having lashed across it open. I'd like to get away from the earth a while, and then come back to it and begin over. May no fate willfully misunderstand me and half grant what I wish and snatch me away not to return. Earth's the right place for love. I don't know where it's likely to go better. I'd like to go by climbing a birch tree and climb black branches up a snow white trunk toward heaven till the tree could bear no more, but dipped its top and set me down again. That would be good, both going and coming back. One could do worse and be a swinger of birches. Oh, I love that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, speaking
Okay.
of poets, I have another poet. Hold on.
Good.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Mr. Joe Velez in the house. Joe Velez in the house. There you go. William and I are dancing for you, Joe. Where you be? Jump on in. Jump on into this party. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, I love that.
Unmute.
Well, he's not even, his video's not even there.
Oh, yeah.
I love that poem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe I just accepted him, but you know how sometimes when you accept and then they just don't show. But, yeah, wow, what a beautiful poem.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you.
It says for some reason that
Yeah.
my video
Wow,
is stopped. I have no idea. Can you hear me?
Look over in the left-hand corner where the mute button is. Right next to that, there should be a start video.
I do not. See, I see tap to speak. I see leave. I see safe driving mode for some reason.
You on your phone?
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
right corner of your phone, maybe?
It's just a speaker.
I love your microphone is fabulous.
Yeah.
It is a good microphone on this phone. Where in the heck?
It should be right next to the where it says mute. There's a microphone and then there's a little video icon.
I don't have anything that says mute.
Huh.
I see your picture. I see Zoom. I see all the information. What in the heck?
What in the heck?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, you could be the masked poet for the night, the private poet for the night.
I guess so.
But that microphone.
Video. There. Yeah, got it. Blah, blah, blah. Allow. Okay.
Joe V is talking. There he is. There he is. Woo!
Mine was at the bottom. I don't know how I got it.
How's Chicago?
Unseasonably warm.
Yeah.
And I see that my lighting is not good. Let me lower a lamp.
Lower the lamp, lower the lamp. So Joe Velez and I met on a poetry slam evening in Chicago. How many years ago? Did you say 24?
1999.
1999. Party like it's 1999.
Yeah, my lighting's off to my side. It's about as good as I'm gonna get.
That's all right. How are you?
They gave me some new blood pressure medicine, and there's times I feel a little woozy because I think it's working too well, but I'm seeing the doctor in like next week. So, because we're trying something out and we're going to see,
Are you having really good dreams?
I haven't, it's so weird you mention that because I heard somebody else on the radio talking about dreams. I cannot remember having had a dream in at least a year and a half, 2 years.
Because blood pressure medication can cause that to happen.
Not having dreams or dreams?
To have dreams.
Yeah, she mentioned something about that, and I don't remember which one it was I'm taking that might do it because she asked.
Wow. Well, I hope everything works out.
I think it is. I think we're seeing numbers we want. I got a feeling we might cut back a little bit.
Good. So do you have a poem for us?
I do. It's by Mickey Spillane.
All right.
I'm
ready.
I'm a lover of things noir.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Blondes are a state of mind. Blondes are a state of mind, the elusive unicorn, the beautiful thing that any man can dream about. Sleek, fast, golden bright, softly firm but quivery to the touch. And blondes aren't real. That's why they are dream puffs. True blondes are held captive in some Nordic country and used as models for the blondes we see. And when we get a real one, and when a real one gets loose to roam on our streets, nobody really believes it. The blondes in our midst are clever actresses playing a role. Blondes are a state of mind, even to themselves. A great change from what they were into something they always wanted to be. A person behind a mask who can do all those dream things and have fantasy become reality. And if it becomes too much, the mask can come off as quickly as it went on. The trouble seems to be in the fulfillment of blonde expectations. The greats, the Harlows, the Monroes have already had their day. The imitators have satirized them all out of proportion. The greats had lives that were wild and full, even when they were full of pain and died early. In the few years when they were the public darlings, they left their marks like so many classic cars. Wonderful pleasures for men that became cute relics when they refused any change. Now you take a blonde in Hollywood, and what do you find? Another dandelion in a field full of dandelions. Strawberry blondes, platinum blondes, dirty blondes. But put a blonde out in Japan and down in sultry South America, where raven tresses are the norm, and something happens. The dandelion stands alone, gleaming brilliant sunshine at midnight. The women haters and the sensual hitmen line up for their best shot at the daffodil playgirl. If she's fast, the game can be fun until the bag of dirty tricks opens and the terror time begins. See, something happens when a blonde emerges from the dark cocoon of nature. Her personality becomes blonde too. It's something men can see but can't understand. All the wiles and subtleties develop along with the instinctive knowledge of how to use them. One of the first things they realize is that blondes are easy to buy for. Any kind of jewel or precious metal will match the gold in their hair. Blondes are a state of mind. Blondes can twist men's heads right off their shoulders. Normal women have beauty that is darker and different, and they aren't impressed by bottled beauty. Yet somehow, every woman is a blonde the way every man is a superhero. Blondes are a state of mind. The desirable, unreal, truly believable, as a vacuum is believable. And the weird thing, and the thing that exists by its very lack of substance, weird, very weird. And one more thing about blondes, they all seem to be brunettes. The end.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Isn't he a great writer?
Yes. Wow.
I didn't realize he did poems. I found that one. I have no idea what I was doing when I found that one because I've had it for a few years. But yeah, I thought, and it's totally in his voice. You can hear him reading it.
Absolutely.
I like hearing you read it, though.
Yeah.
I like hearing you read anything, recite any poems, anytime.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
I think I have a little bit of Mickey in my voice, so
I think you do.
That helps. But yeah, that's my contribution.
Well, thank you. Did you race this weekend?
No, that finished beginning of September.
Okay. Right.
There's other stuff that's going on now, but our club, they stopped beginning September. So
and you're driving to St. Joe what day?
Wait, let me look at the calendar here. I believe it's the 15th. It's a Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, evening of the 15th.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the next week, but
Well, I have to go back and to pick them up on, I think, Sunday the 24th.
That's my birthday.
Oh, there you go. We'll have a piece of cake.
Yep, we'll have cake.
Oh, I can try to find those cannolis that I brought to your dad's birthday.
I'll make a cake.
Cannoli?
I can't eat them.
Oh, because of gluten and all?
Yeah, I'll make a cake.
Okay.
Come over, we'll have a piece of cake. Thank you, Joe Velez.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. That was great.
Thank you. Hey, Joe, can you give me a letter, please? And I'll sing it out.
What?
Joe?
A letter, and then I'll sing it out for the night.
What do you mean a letter?
A letter from A to Z.
Q.
Not X.
Q.
Q. Okay, let's start this. Let's have some fun. Let's play. And now I will say, hey, it is getting kind of quiet here because the dogs aren't snoring. And hey, here, it's getting kind of quiet, but I know it must be not boring. So thank you very much for coming out tonight. And please stay in touch and come back once or twice. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. 'Cause 11:11 with Jenna is here right now. And I will say that qualifying thoughts are wonderful. Quantifying words are thoughtful too. And I will say, have a queen heart, 'cause I got a queen heart. Blondes have a queen heart. Brunettes, they are so smart. And I know Joe and I know Bill and everybody else here tonight. And I will say good night, and I will say this real quick. Love hard.
Real hard.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Mama Grace. Thanks, Rob Morocco. Thank you, Joe Velez.
Thanks, Joe. That was great.
William D. Joe, anytime, man. Please come back.
Okay. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.